Hi, and welcome to the morning meeting. I am your host, Julio Briones. So, we are going to discuss today COVID-19 recovery plan, what you need to consider to get your business back on track. We're going to cover three main topics in this video, planning, how to act and what questions you need to ask yourself, and understanding what it takes to pivot and understanding your services in order to be more adaptable. Okay. So let's get started. So the first thing you have to understand is that this will end. We are right now in the middle of, the states starting to open back up again, their economies. They are permitting, many states have fully opened, other states are slowly expanding so that they try not to open too quickly. Those with a plan in place will recover faster. If you haven't started working on your plan, I strongly suggest you start now. It does not matter if you're a coach, if you're a consultant, if you're an attorney, if you're an accountant, a cleaning service, home care, home health, whatever service you're in, this is not going to be as simple as, opening a Walmart where you just pretty much keep following the procedures you've had in place, or opening up a food service where you're just readapting to go from, pick up or takeout or delivery, and now you're allowing slowly people to eat in again. Service-based businesses deal hand in hand with the public, and that takes a little bit extra planning. Clients will return to those businesses who understand the concept and necessity for speed, the ability to pivot and adapt, and we're going to get into that later on in the video. Also, we are moving into a more client-centric service now. Before, there were certain services that, hey, listen, I do it. There's not a lot of other people that do this. Tough your beat. And this is what, surprisingly, a number of businesses actually had this mentality and mindset. We're too big to serve as a small client, we're too small to serve as the big client, and a lot of this needs to stop. The clients are much more selective now, people have been burned, and people have had time to reflect on what truly will solve their pain points, and their pain points aren't as simple as they were before. The cleaning service, the home health care, the home care services, they're concerned about more than just can you provide a body to provide the service that I need. They're also need to feel that you know they are reassured, they need to feel protected. What measures have you put in place to protect your client and to protect your staff? That is equally as important, and people are really looking at this. We've moved away from, where the employee is become a faceless or a meaningless entity, where now, especially in the service industry, where many service businesses were considered essential, now they are looked at, the employers are looked at with more scrutiny, because if you're not taking care of your staff, the assumption is you are not doing enough to take care of your client. So that extra client care and attention is going to become much more important. So now that we understand the importance of a plan, we really have to ask ourselves a couple of very basic questions. Number one is, what did we do right? Did we quickly adapt to protect our clients? Did we quickly adapt in order to protect our clients? What did we actually do that that we were praised on, or that we, in retrospect have said, hey, this went really well? We had a store of gloves, sanitizer, cleaning products. Hey, we acted quickly and allowed our staff to work from home, or we acted quickly and reassured our clients or made adjustments to better serve our clients. Really pat yourself on the back and understand that what went right is beneficial to you. On the same note, we have to stop and look at what could have been improved. What did we do that wasn't exactly the right way to do things? What did we do? I'm just going to flat out say, what did we do wrong? You know, these things can be corrected, and as long as we recognize where we failed, we will have a better understanding as to how to improve it. And now, the biggest question of all that you need to ask yourself is, how do we adapt? This video, we're about to move into the last section of it, and that's going to be the bulk of what we'll talk about. Because whoever can adapt and whoever can adapt properly is going to, it's going to be the person that succeeds. Did we, did we or could we implement, teleconferencing, video conferencing? Did we apply technology properly? Did we switch from paper service agreements to DocuSign? Have we, what have we done that, that allowed us to adapt to this current environment? Now, once we've asked ourselves, we have to begin our action, and the first action step that we need to do is develop a plan of correction. Let me tell you, a lot of people feel that putting stuff on paper is unnecessary. Oh, we know what went wrong, we're just going to make the adjustments. That's not how it works. If we look back at, let's put this in, maritime terms or, fictional, however you wish to would look at it, but you as a business owner are the captain of your ship. And if we as the crew went out and we were able to discover some sort of, treasure, and you buried that treasure but did not map it out, did not tell anyone else other than yourself or maybe one or two close advisors what needed to be done, how is your crew going to be able to come back and recover that treasure for you? In this case, your treasure is your client base. Okay, so if we have a plan of correction and we do not put this on paper in the form of updating our policies and procedures, updating our KPIs. KPIs, for those that don't know, are your key performance indicators. And if you look back at our year one series, we have an entire video on this. You know, whoever doesn't understand this, whoever doesn't put these plans and make these adaptations and adjustments on paper, you're running you're running a ship without a captain. If you need to be out of the office, if you aren't accessible for any reason, and your team has a question or a questionable situation arises, you are not being a good leader if you did not provide them policies, procedures, and KPIs, and everything else that goes in place when developing a system that will allow them to go on autopilot. How do we handle things if we get hired and we find out a client has, you know, COVID-19? How do, if we're a home care service and we get called to staff a facility that has a shortage because of infection, high infection rates, what are we doing to protect our staff? How are we handling this? How are we handling call outs related to this? How are we maintaining and adapting? You know, all of this needs to be on paper. All of this needs to run as a system and just update this. And your plan that you created with your team, you need to be able to follow it. Everyone has to be comfortable with it, everyone has to understand it, and adjustments have to be made as we move along. All right, but very simply, action. Without the action steps, even if you have a full and complete understanding on what went right, what went wrong, and how we adapt, none of this is going to make a difference if you have nothing on paper. So the final point that I'm going to talk about is understanding how to pivot. You know, We all have service offerings. It doesn't matter if you're a home care company providing home health aides, if you're a cleaning service providing maids, if you're a tax preparer and this is, well, your season is still continuing because of the extensions, whatever it is, you have a service offering. Understand it. Understand it down to its most basic element. Now, once you understand this, consider the reality of how you help. What specific elements that do you of your services that you do, how do they help other people? Okay? Now, once you have this clear understanding, consider your community. Consider not just the community of existing clients, consider the community at large. What potential clients are out there based on how you solve pain points? You know, what specific issues, how does your service make someone else's life easier, more manageable? You know, if you're a coach and you focus on trauma and stress management, that is a big part of how you help. You know, you solve the pain point of easing people's stress. So, is your service adaptable? If you are a coach that handles one-on-one, if you are a coach that waits for people to come to you based on marketing and referrals and everything else, it doesn't matter how successful you are missing out on an opportunity because you can adapt your service to a corporate environment, and there are corporate environments that are looking to assist or better assist their staff. If you're a home care service and you are focusing purely on the senior population, you are missing out entirely on corporate corporate America. Right now, people want to make sure that individuals are not coming to work sick. Develop a questionnaire based on CDC guidelines. Understand what a low-grade fever is. Offer staff services. Trust me, I'm not the first person to figure this out. I'm actually Johnny come lately with this in the sense that I'm putting out this video long after other companies have, and even private clients of mine that have done this. Reach out to that manufacturing company, reach out to that large corporate office, that small corporate office, the restaurants that get a lot of foot traffic. What are you doing to, make sure that the patrons and the staff is safe? If you're a coach, again, you work with stress reduction. There's EAP programs, so employee assistance programs. They're now more open to this type of service. Attorneys, criminal attorneys. Hey, right now, EAP is going to be big. You have a lot of people that are getting in trouble. There's spikes. There have been spikes in crime, spikes in arrests. All of these things, as the courts open up, there's a big backlog that is about to get caught up. Accountants, tax season got extended. You have a golden opportunity here if you haven't already been taking advantage of it. There's a lot of opportunity, and understanding the how you help and being able to adapt that, to non-traditional applications, that is what's going to make you money at this point. That is what's going to allow you to recover more quickly. That is what is going to give you the staying power. All the experts are saying that down the road, right in the middle of flu season, we're expecting a second wave of this. That's going to be much worse. They refer back, as an example, to the flu of 1918. That was another major pandemic. Again, it came in a second wave because of the nature of the viruses. So do yourself a favor, start adapting now, plan, get your ducks in a row, make all of your corrections, and this way you're prepared if this other comes. This way you are the go-to reliable resource in your community when people need the additional help. So thank you very much. If you guys have any questions, I read all the comments. Please leave your questions in the comment section below. Also, if you are looking to, if you want to have a one-on-one and understand if we're a good fit for you, please feel free to visit us on the web at thebrionasgroup.com. The link will be in the description box below and also throughout the video. And just let us know what you think. Also, don't forget, give us a like and subscribe to our channel so we can continue putting out more content for you. You guys have a great day, and remember to continue to take care of each other.